go right back here. Thank you very much. Andrea Martin, who has lived virtually at every point of the compass. I was going to ask you earlier about, you started out, your background is in drama, from there you went to improvisation, and now you're doing what appears to be tightly scripted television comedy. Do you ever improvise? That's the question I wanted to ask you when you're doing your TV show.
Improvise? Yeah, sometimes it's more difficult. Is this a serious question that you really want to know, or is there something?
It's not the most serious question. No, it's
No, well, you know, it's real difficult to improvise with cameras and everything because they have to know the shots, but a lot of times we don't stick real closely, like every word, the script.
Have you ever gone right down to the deadline and realized you didn't have something and said, what the heck, let's go in and play?
You know, yes, if there's only one person on camera and it's just right with a blue cyc behind you and the camera's on, yeah. Sometimes, occasionally, but not very often.
Have you found that,
I'm sorry.
Generally, that when you have to do that, does it work okay or not okay?
Sometimes it works. It used to work more in the past like that, you know, and, when it was in Syndicate. I know you're getting to something. What are you doing?
I'm not. I'm actually thinking ahead. I have another question.
Go ahead.
You know, I don't know if they have these things in Canada, but here in the United States, we're in what they refer to as another ratings period, and there's a lot of pressure when you get into one of these periods to play to the grandstand, you know, all of the tried and true crowd pleasers. But I like to point out from time to time that we here stand for nothing more than solid entertainment. And thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Kind of our creed here. By the way, you were making fun of your dress, and I was telling somebody earlier, you just look terrific.
Thank you, David. I'm sort of embarrassed, but I feel really great because I've lost 50 pounds.
50 pounds? That's amazing. Congratulations. 50 pounds.
Can I just do one thing? I know you're not supposed to do this, but my aunt and uncle are in the audience, and they came all the way here from Maine. They've been married for 35 wonderful years.
35
and I just wish they'd stand up and say hello.
There they are. That's amazing. That's great. I don't know if I should do this. I hate to cut into your time, but it's just a coincidence. My grandfather is in the audience tonight. He's having a birthday. Can you turn a camera around? He's 96 years young today. Stand up, Grandpa.
Talk has made me think about my baby, and he's back in Canada, but I want to just bring somebody out, another little baby that I saw. He's just as cute. Look at this little guy. This is Adam. Hi, darling. This is his mother.
How do you do? Nice to see you. That's amazing. Thank you very much.
You're so cute.
You know, I know, as yet, I don't have any children, but I have a dog I'm very fond of, and Bob is not here, my dog, but if Bob was here, I'm guessing that you folks would have to agree with me that he'd be just as cute as this little guy here, huh? Oh, yeah. Isn't he a sweetheart? Hi, sweetie. Oh, yeah.
David, I know I'm being a little pushy here, but can I bring out somebody? He's a very, very busy man, and he has to get back to work, but I promised him that he could come on. Can I, Mr. Bob James? Hi, how are you? This is Bob James of the Hickory Institute. Bob, what do you have for us?
Andrew, I have here a $10,000 check for the American Wildlife Federation.
Oh.
This is to be used for a new dolphin preserve.
It's to be used for the new dolphin preserve.
Yeah.
Bob, you... Pinch me! Pinch me, I can't believe. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
That was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. My next door neighbor, Bob James. Bravo. Thank you.
That'll go a long way to help those dolphins. You know, Andrea, there's a man here tonight who may not impress people with his... I'll wait. May not impress people with his money, but his story of courage and human endurance is worth all the checks a large impersonal corporation can produce. This man, ladies and gentlemen, a former Iranian hostage. He's now training to become an astronaut in the United States Space Shuttle. Please welcome him, won't you? What, we have just a second here. What did you miss most while you were a captive?
Well, of course, my family, Dave. I also missed watching the Mets, the Yankees, and all the other New York teams.
Thank you very much. Quite a night, isn't it?
Speaking of New York, I want you to meet a little fellow who I saw wandering around the streets of New York, and I adopted him.
You adopted
Hello, darling.
this guy.
What do you have for us, honey? He brought ducks with him. The little guy brought ducks, and he brought a cart, and they've got American flags on them. And Oscar, a long-awaited Oscar for the President of the United States, Mr. Ronald Reagan!